Good morning, church. After a conversation with a friend last week, I've been fixated on Proverbs 14:12, which states, "There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end leads to death." I started pondering what this passage meant in relation to the cross. For me, this verse offers a profound insight into the nature of human choices and the redemptive power of the cross. Imagine a traveler embarking on a perilous journey through a treacherous desert. The traveler carries a map believed to lead to an oasis, a place of rest and abundant provision. The traveler comes across two paths, both appearing equally promising. The first path seems well-traveled, lush with greenery and abounding with life. It entices the weary traveler with its beauty, whispering promises of comfort and satisfaction. On the other hand, the second path seems rugged and uninviting. It's marked with signs of hardship, dryness, and even danger. The traveler, despite being tempted by the allure of the first path, hesitates and consults the map. To their surprise, the map reveals a secret. The first path, though seemingly right, leads to a treacherous, very steep cliff, sure to bring destruction. Conversely, the second path, challenging as it may be, leads to the oasis of life and fulfillment. This analogy mirrors the spiritual journey we all face. We often encounter choices in life that appear attractive, promising happiness, success, and fulfillment. Yet, Proverbs 14:12 warns us that these seemingly right paths can ultimately lead to death, both spiritually and emotionally. They may offer temporary satisfaction, but lack the eternal peace and abundant life we yearn for. Now, let's look at this verse in light of the cross. The cross is the ultimate symbol of God's love and redemption for humanity. It represents a path that, at first glance, might seem foolish, painful, and even shameful. Yet, just as the traveler in our analogy, when we consult the map, the Bible, we discover that the cross is the path of life and salvation. Jesus Christ, through his sacrificial death on the cross, provides us with the way to true life, forgiveness, and eternal communion with God. The cross confronts us with the truth that our own efforts, the paths that appear right to us, will ultimately lead to death and separation from God. But through the cross, we can find reconciliation, redemption, and the hope of eternal life. As we meditate on Proverbs 14:12 and its relation to the cross, let us consider our chosen paths. Are we relying on our own understanding and following the paths that seem right to us? Or are we humbly surrendering to the wisdom and guidance of God, trusting in the way of the cross, even when it seems contrary to what common sense might suggest? May we remember that the cross, though seemingly foolish to the world, is the path that leads to true life, both now and for eternity. Let us reflect on this question. In what ways can we align our choices and lives more closely with the path of the cross, even when it challenges our preconceived notions or worldly expectations?